What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. The last surviving member of the Honeymooners has died. Joyce Randolph, who played Trixie Norton on the Honeymooners, has passed away. Her son said that Joyce passed last night at her home in New York City. She passed away in her sleep. She had been suffering from the effects of old age, extreme old age, unable to walk. She had been in hospice care at the time of her passing. Joyce played the wife of Ed Norton, played, of course, by Art Carney, who passed away back in November of 2003. They were the best friends and neighbors of Ralph Cramden, who was played by Jackie Gleason, who died in June of 1987, and Audrey Meadows, who passed away in February of 1996. Audrey Meadows played the long-suffering wife, Alice. Ralph, a bus driver, would often get angry at his wife and say "to the moon, Alice," with his fist clenched. That would obviously never be on TV today. Yeah, because people take things too literally. The Honeymooners is considered one of the great comedies of all time. The crazy thing, they only shot 39 episodes, but it endures to this very day. The show debuted on CBS in 1955. It was on for only one season. And this article says it was a big hit. It was a number 2 show, but dropped to number 19. It was canceled. That's not true. They got to do better research than this. But I'll explain it at the very end. Joyce snagged the role after Jackie saw her on a chewing gum commercial. There was a reboot and other projects bringing characters from the show back. But the OG is what everyone remembers. Joyce was the last surviving member of the main cast. And this is the thing. The Honeymooners started off as a sketch on the DeMont Network in late 1951. All right, I know all about the Honeymooners. I'm a huge fan of the Honeymooners. It started off as a sketch in late fall on the DeMont Network. The original Alice was portrayed by an actress named Pert Kelton. But Pert Kelton was married to a writer, I believe, that was suspected of being a communist sympathizer. When Jackie Gleason moved over from the DeMont Network to CBS in the fall of 1952, they demanded that Pert Kelton be removed from the role because of her husband. At that time, there was the McCarthy hearings and the Red Scare and all of that. So what happened was the cover story was that Pert Kelton, who was considerably older than Gleason, I think at the time Jackie was about 36. And Pert Kelton was 45. So the cover story was that she had a heart trouble. So, they took her off the role, and that's when eventually they got Audrey Meadows. The show started off as a sketch on the Jackie Gleason show. It became the most popular sketch on the Jackie Gleason show, to the point where sometimes they had these very long sketches, 20-something minutes. 1955-56, Jackie Gleason decided to end the show and have this actual sitcom, The Honeymooners. What they're talking about is number 2 was the Jackie Gleason show, which is the year before. And the year before, that was number 2 behind the Lucy show. But the actual show, The Honeymooners, wasn't that popular initially. It didn't do very well. It ran 1 year, 39 episodes. And then I think the next year he went back to the variety show, and then he quit after 57. But over time, the Honeymooners grew a cult following. It became popular. It became one of the most popular and classic sitcoms in syndication starting in 1957. So that is what really happen. You know what I'm saying? Joyce Randolph was Trixie from the sketches in the early 50s until 1950. I think she stopped around 57, 58. And then afterwards, she did not portray Trixie in any of the other reboots and reincarnations on TV because apparently she didn't want to travel to Miami because by after 1962, when Gleason returned to television with the other variety show he had, by that point, I think after 63 or 64, he moved from New York to Miami. She lived in New York. She didn't want to travel. She was married at the time, so that's what it really went on, you know. But anyway, Joyce Randolph was the last surviving member of the Honeymooners. She would have turned 100 years old this year. May she rest in peace.